two-parter like on Marker. Why you talked going in what a tough matchup she was, and why, and maybe do you feel that you didn't take enough advantage when she was out of the game, possibly?
Tough matchup, scores it at all three levels. We let her get to her spots. We needed to force her to change direction, do some different things, and but that's why she's a tough matchup. When she came out, we tried to go two posts, and we were two posts most of the time. They did a good job of going zone when that happened as well. But yeah, could we have tried to do some more things offensively? I thought we had shots. We got to make them at that point. When she came back in is when I wanted to really go at her, and they went in zone for the rest of that fourth quarter to try to get her fouled out.
What about it seemed like twice you wiped out pretty deficits 9 and double digits.
Yeah.
And then you have everything seeming to go on with the crowd and 4-point lead takes. What happened at that point from your standpoint? It looked like then you lost and couldn't get it back.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
A couple things. They go on a 5-0 run. Sarah Ashley Barker goes on a 5-0 run by herself. And then I call a timeout, and we, again, it's, 3 minutes left, 3 minutes and 30 seconds left, and we just look defeated. We've got to understand it's a lot of time left, and just, again, in those moments, we've got to be able to respond. Number one, she can't catch it. She can't have it. Somebody else has got to beat us. And then our response to that is disappointment. It's let down, but there's still a lot of time left in the game. And we just didn't respond to that moment very well.
Do you feel like in the first half you guys just weren't aggressive enough? Just not, the free throw line, then on the opposite end, they were thriving there. So
Yeah, they got to the line 9 times. We didn't get there at all. And we gave up 4 threes. That's something that's got to continue to be something we get corrected. We can't give a team what they want. They want to shoot threes. They want to get to the line and play in transition. I thought we did a pretty good job of stopping them in transition. We gave them too many open looks in the first half, and then we're not getting to the free throw line. It's a lack of aggression on our part. And we've got to be more aggressive. When we did post up, they called fouls. We got the ball inside. We did some good stuff. We just don't do it consistently enough.
And what do you feel like was able to change at halftime? The fact, take away the way it ended, but for the majority of halftime,
Yeah.
you guys, fighting back in it.
Yeah. Well, I think, again, you go in at halftime and we'd say all these things. And we're like, oh my gosh, really? Like we have to have a better feel in the moment and not use halftime to regroup and come out and be better in the third and fourth. Because the game is the first half. We lose the game. The game was lost in the first half, in my opinion.
A couple of seniors had some promising showings. What can you say about there?
I thought they played well. I thought MJ stepped into that starting role and gave us great energy. I thought she was really locked in defensively and did some really good things for us. Obviously, Sahara always comes out and plays really hard. KK played really hard. So those are normal starters. MJ's the only one who stepped into that lineup for the first time, and I thought she responded well. Sometimes when you have senior night and any senior, but especially one that normally doesn't start, they can, your emotions can either get the best of you, or you can control your emotions, and I thought they did a good job in that area.
Rebounding has been one of your strengths.
Yeah.
Why possibly today? I know maybe sometimes you can go big or whatever, but what about the rebounding deficit?
Yeah, it's something we have to address. It just, defensively, it's a close margin. Offensively, it's not. We gave up, 15 offensive rebounds and only got 8. We knew they were going to box us out. We knew that they were going to make it hard because if you look at our stats, that's something that's glaring on our end, and we've got to do a better job of pursuing the ball. Yes, ma'am.
How do you feel going into the SEC tournament?
I think we have to see how it holds. A couple things. One of our goals was to not play on Wednesday. It looks like that's going to happen. We're still waiting to see what happens. It's not? Right. So it looks like that's going to happen, that we're not going to play on Wednesday. I think we're starting to figure out how to play with Indy a little bit in terms of lack of turnovers. We're handling the ball better. We're getting into a bit of a chemistry groove. Obviously, we would love to have her. I don't know if we are or not. So that makes me feel a little bit better. We've got to close games out. We've got to close out games. Yeah.
You mentioned that the game was lost in the first half. What about, we talked about you twice wipe out huge deficits. That takes I assume that would take a lot out of you. Then the third, and that goes back to a little bit why maybe you didn't have that last.
We don't have a lot of margin for error. And when we make those runs, credit our team for fighting and being able to go on that, but it wipes you out. And it's not like we're over here subbing, a lot. And so then you have a moment when you need to build your back and get a stand, and we don't do it. We can't do it, whatever that is. This is because we're mentally fatigued, we're physically fatigued. Maybe, I can't answer that, but we cannot put ourselves in those positions. We shouldn't have to come back from double digit deficits or 9-point deficits. This should not have been that kind of game.
What adjustments can y'all make to come out more aggressive in the first half?
We gotta have better lock-in or we gotta change our lineup. We gotta have better lock-in or we have to change our lineup. That would be where I am with it at this point.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.